everybody? Another episode of Sleepy's Replay Reviews. Um, this one's gonna be at Charlotte for the Pro Qual. Can't remember what split I was in. I'm only at like 3K I rating, just a little over it. I think sixth, seventh split, not sure. Had a pretty good run. Wasn't bad. Do I expect anything out of running the Pro Quals? No. Um, when I go out here, run some laps, see where I fall with guys closer to my I rating, and just help out the team, help motivate guys to run it and everything. Got to give a huge shout out to Ted. Teddy ended up winning his split. Don't really matter what split you're in when your I rating gap's so small. So that was a good job by him this week. I think the team ended up we got like 4 guys in the top 50 in the points. A little early to start caring about that. We've got a couple stat nerds on our team, so they like to keep us informed about every little thing, which is awesome. It's nice to have that. Just before we get rolling here, the team ended up going on field trip essentially. Bunch of guys got together and went to the Four Crown this last weekend for at Eldora. What a blast! Getting to meet everybody, just hanging out, getting to know everybody a little bit more on a personal basis was pretty cool. There's some guys I didn't really get to spend a whole lot of time with, which sucks. We were trying to cram a lot into 3 days. Hopefully it's going to happen again. I believe we've already started planning more trips. So, got to give a huge shout out to Bruce for pretty much putting the whole thing kind of together. It was just such a blast getting to see Tommy, having Tommy fly in from Cali, Justin the same flying in from Cali. That was really cool. Get to see them guys. I mean, we had guys from California, Michigan, me, of course, Illinois. We had guys from Pennsylvania, upstate New York. So, I mean, we were spread out, and for all of us to be able to get together, that was really cool. Ended up going to see the Indy Motor Speedway. That was a blast. Doing the museum, the Kiss the Bricks tour, so much fun and such a reasonable price to do stuff like that there. Pretty incredible facility. Had never been there before, so that was really cool. And it was nice to get to go to Eldora and actually watch a race. Crewing with a couple of guys, I've been there. But some people don't understand that when you're there crewing on a car, you're not watching the races. So it was really cool just to actually be a fan and sit back, take it all in, do everything that Eldora offers. Was a blast. Getting to meet an Indiana legend, Michael Birthday. That was a blast. Got to sit down and talk with Jack Hewitt for a little bit. That was really cool. Got to chat with Robert Ballou for a while. T-Mez. Really great guys. Really cool to get to chat and just hang out and talk. Had a little bit of an in with Ballou. Justin's dad knew him. So that opened up the conversation for everybody. Uh, Definitely the quote of the night was Robert Ballou asking Justin if he was any effing good at iRacing. So I thought that was pretty good. But no, it was just such a blast. Ended up with a bunch of cool merch, new stuff. As you can see, I redid my wall a little bit. Got the Team Ez nameplate back there. Ended up getting helmet visor from Spencer Basin. Right rear wheel cover. Um, just just had such a great time. Getting to meet the drivers that I wanted to meet. Getting to hang with the team. And not through the computer was really really cool. um can't say enough about how awesome the SSR community is, the team, the guys that are on the team. um just being able to do something like that with everybody was really cool. But anyway, we'll get rolling here. Again, pro qual race at Charlotte. Um, didn't get a good qualifying. Was fastest car in practice. Had a fast hot rod all night long. Screwed up on my qual. I think I ended up qualifying sixth, fifth or sixth. I think it was sixth. Um, didn't end up with a great heat race. But we'll get rolling here and end up seeing what happens. All right, well, that was the heat race. I got bounced around quite a bit there. Just checking up, trying to not get into somebody. Didn't get the same courtesy. Although we were super close, so I mean, he may not have had a chance to do it. So I don't really want to sit there and say like I didn't get the courtesy back. I mean, drove up over my left or my right rear a little bit. Um, Really, no harm, no foul. got a pretty crappy slider thrown on me. I didn't think he was going to finish it because he left a lane and then all of a sudden just turned up. Um, just something you got to kind of watch out for with the officials. I'm not in like a super high split or anything, so just lucky enough to be aware of guys I'm racing and just being able to not do it. And then I did the 2-for-1 slider, and I had to drive it in there super deep. Got a little loose on the exit of 4. Just kind of come down into the guy that threw the crappy slider. So I mean, I guess it was kind of no harm, no foul, kind of karma getting him back for not finishing the slider, and wasn't intentional by any means. I don't think he meant to necessarily cut up right there at the end, and I sure as heck didn't mean to get loose and come down the track on him. But no, just frustrated with qualifying, frustrated with the way the heat race turned out. Going to be starting pretty deep in the feature, I think 8th. Just kind of got to keep driving through and just keep pushing. Tracks super tacky. Not a big fan of these freaking officials. I'm used to what we call narc slick. This is the way we start our feature. This is probably what like Heat 1 looks like for narc. So with the more slicked off track, there's more opportunities to move around and everything. But we'll get into this and see where we end up here in the feature. I am starting 8th here, so I got a little ways to go if I'm going to do anything. So we'll get rolling right back into it. And we've already got our first caution here. Looks like the guys in front of me just kind of got together, got into the wall. I didn't miss the guy that was up top, but I was able to miss him enough that it didn't cause any damage to my car or anything like that. Sucks for him. Another thing, like I was super sleeping on the start there, but I was so nervous about going into one. It's usually when everybody wants to pile up because most guys think they're going to win it on the first lap, and if I'm slow and I got a little bit of a gap going into one, I'm fine with it. Whatever. If I'm fast enough, I'm going to make it back up. Anyway, so we'll get rolling here and see if we can get some green flag laps going. And another caution. Didn't really see what happened there. Good little slider battle for a lap or two. With buddy Chris Schaefer. Ran a lot of laps with him and Narc. Um, kept hitting a hole, throwing a slider in 1 and 2. I don't know if there was a rut down there. It kept bouncing me a little bit, but I had a lot of trouble trying to throw a slider in 1 and 2, which if I had my option, I would not be throwing a slider in 1 and 2. I would rather be doing it in 3 and 4, but it was the cards I was dealt and ended up making it through. Didn't get any damage. I got into the wall once on one of the sliders. Didn't get any damage from it or anything. So just keep rolling. Caution kind of helped because the first and second just kind of pulled away while we were battling. So kind of get another restart here and reset and try and go after these leaders. So we'll get back rolling. And another caution. I love these officials. Didn't see what happened there. Clearly something at the back. Got around. Brian Oliver is who I was battling there for second. That was a really good race. He left me room. Just good hard racing, and it sucked. Literally as soon as the caution come out, apparently iRacing had a bunch of problems where they were just dropping people left and right out of servers. He was one of the unlucky ones. Teammate of mine, Christian McCartney, he ended up getting kicked too out of his split. Don't really know what happened with everybody dropping out. It sucks, but I was one of the lucky ones that didn't get dropped. But that was a really good battle. Gonna try and go after Parker here. Don't really have a clue what he was doing here with the restarts. If it was to play mind games, it worked. I just did my own thing. I wasn't gonna zigzag across the track here on a start. So we'll get back rolling into this and see what happens. All right. Well, ended up all right there with the last 7, 8 laps. I started dealing with get a push on the exit. It was just getting super tight, middle out, and I was trying to. It took me like 4 or 5 laps to figure it out. Um, and I was having to kind of cut the exit of the turn a little bit, which was costing me so much time. Caden ended up reeling me in there, and if I tried sticking it along the wall, I was super loose once I got to the straightaway. But for middle out, I was tight. It was really weird how the car was feeling, and it just took me a little bit to figure it out and be able to put down an okay pace, at least enough to where I didn't lose second. Parker was gone. He was just ripping the top perfectly. And I just, with the car being tight on the exit there towards the end, there was nothing I could do to stay with him. But second, I'll take it. It was a good finish. Good race. No real issues in the feature. Had a lot of fun. Can't say enough about the team. All the practicing and everything, and got to give a little bit of a shout out there to the Black Diamond guys and the EPI guys. They come and kind of practicing together um, to prepare everybody for Pro Quals, and I think it really helps getting out there on the track with guys who are better than you, worse than you, just having cars to race with, markers to base yourself off of. It's a really cool deal. So got to give a shout out to those guys. Anyway, probably gonna do it. Um, do it for me here. Good night. Next week we're on to Kokomo. I have a feeling that the Kokomo replay will not be as smooth as this one. Tight track. Something's on the line. Not a whole lot of room for guys to get a little aggressive, so we'll see what happens. Again, thanks everybody for the support here for the page. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you next time, guys. Peace.